Like it or not, gacha games are seriously taking over. I mean, between 2024 and 2025 alone, we've already gotten two massive titles, Zenless Zone Zero and Wuthering Waves. Both of these games blew up and the hype around them is insane, and guess what? There are even more big games coming down the line. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the gacha games I'm currently playing, and more importantly, the ones I plan to cover on this channel. Now, as much as I like to cover every gacha game out there, I just can't. There are way too many, and I'm only one person. But I still want to go through the list, see what's worth diving into, and let y'all know what to expect on this channel. So if you enjoy this kind of content, go ahead and like the video, drop a comment telling me which gacha games you think I should check out, especially if I miss out any big ones. And of course, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Alright, let's get into it. So the first game on this list is probably the most popular one, Genshin Impact. Now, I don't really need to explain Genshin. Y'all already know I've covered a ton of it on this channel. I mean, honestly, the two games I've covered the most are Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact. And I think Genshin might still have more videos than Wuthering Waves, though don't quote me on that. But here's the thing. If you've been keeping up with my recent uploads, you already know I've been talking a lot about how Genshin's been burning me out. There's just so much wrong with the game right now. Like, I won't even lie, after playing the latest patch and finishing the paralogism quest, I straight up deleted the game. I tried to keep going, but the vibe was gone, the energy, the motivation, everything was gone. So, what does that mean for Genshin Impact on this channel moving forward? Now, before I go any further, I want to make something clear. I still love Genshin Impact. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Genshin Impact was my introduction to the gacha space. It's the game that pulled me in and made me fall in love with this genre. So no matter how I feel about it right now, I can't deny what Genshin did for me or for the entire gacha community. It was the spark that lit everything up. That said, I'm not the kind of person who forces myself to play something I'm not enjoying. And right now, that's where I'm at with Genshin. We all know that in a few months, we're heading into Nordcry. New region, new story, new experiences. So I'm definitely going to keep playing until I see what that's all about. Now, if Nordcry doesn't reignite that excitement for me, then yeah, I'll still cover Genshin on this channel, but way less. Probably just the story content, if I can even keep up. And if the story doesn't hit, if that doesn't pull me back in, then I might just stop covering the game entirely. Maybe I'll stick to news or updates, but as for regular Genshin gameplay or breakdown, that might be a wrap. Now let's talk about Wuthering Waves, and honestly, what's even left to say? This game is phenomenal. Yeah, I've talked a lot of smack about it sometimes, and yeah, some people might not like the things I say, but I also give it a ton of praise because when I love something, I never hold back. And that means calling it out when it's messing up. I'm not here to blindly hype everything just because I like the game, because if I don't hold it accountable, then they'll think they can do whatever they want. And that's not the kind of space I want to be in. So yeah, I am definitely going to keep covering Wuthering Waves like a lot, daily, weekly, whatever is happening, I'll be there. This game has been a blast so far and I'm fully locked in. I cannot wait for Septimonths, for the new characters, and for everything else they're cooking. You better believe I'll be covering it all. Alright, so the next game on the list is Zenless Zone Zero. And Zenless is kind of a weird spot with me. Like, I don't have any real problems with Zenless, not the way I do with Genshin. I love the devs, I think they are truly awesome, and the game itself is fine, it's okay. But here's where it gets tricky. The issue isn't with the devs or how the game runs, it's the game itself. Zenless Zone Zero is made for a very specific niche audience, and I've learned that the hard way. I used to think, hey, even if it's niche, there is still something in there for everyone, whether it's exploration, combat, or something else. And I was holding out hope that at the very least, the story would be that thing, the part that hooks everyone. But nah, I have tried. I've genuinely tried to get into the story. I've played through it. I've gone in with an open mind. I've done my best to care. But the truth is, the story just doesn't do it for me. It's not engaging, it's not interesting. I was really hoping the Hugo Lycon drama or the Mockingbird arc we just went through would be that spark for me. But that doesn't mean I'm giving up completely on Zenless, not at all. I'm heading into the Wi-Fi Peninsula arc with an open mind once again. Because again, I don't have any issues with the game itself, and I want to like this game, I really want to. So yeah, I'm going into Wi-Fi Peninsula with a fresh perspective because based on what we've seen so far, Zenless is actually trying to step things up. From the trailer alone, from that Miyabi Yishuan fight they teased, I think they're clearly making moves to make this arc better than the first. Because I like to think personally that all of season 1 was more of an introduction, setting the stage, showing us the world, the characters, and the kind of vibe they're going for. And maybe it's season 2 that the real story starts. So in my head, Wi-Fi Peninsula is more like the game's Renesita. You know how we didn't like the Hongjiang parts of Wuthering Waves, but we loved Renesita? I'm hoping it's like that kind of shift. So I'll be covering the Wi-Fi story, all of it, and I really hope I end up loving it. But even if I don't, I'm still gonna play Zenless Zone Zero. I'm still gonna keep talking about it, cover what worked and what didn't, and share how I feel. Because who knows, maybe the devs might even see these videos and take something away from it. I don't know, but I'll keep covering it because at the end of the day, it's a solid game and the devs are genuinely good. But with all that said, I'd be lying if I didn't mention the elephants in the room. This is still Hoyoverse we're talking about, and as much as I love the Zenless devs, as much as I respect what they've been doing so far, this is Hoyoverse, and we all know how Hoyoverse operates. There is this idea floating around online, and honestly, I kind of agree with it, is that the Zenless devs are amazing right now because the game isn't popping off yet. And the moment the game blows up, the moment Zenless starts doing really well, then we get the classic Hoyoverse. The same Hoyoverse that gave us Genshin and Honkai Star Rail's mess. And look, I can't even blame people for thinking that because I think like that too. I want Zenless to do very well, I really do. But I also hope they don't go down the same path Genshin went down, because if they pull that same Genshin style ships, then man, it won't really matter if the story is fire or trash or somewhere in between. At that point, I'd have a solid reason to just walk away from the game entirely. So the next game I want to talk about is one I've actually mentioned before on this channel, but I've intentionally never covered it, and that game is Honkai Star Rail. Now, let me just say this straight up, I probably won't ever cover Honkai Star Rail on this channel, and the reason is simple. I didn't start it early enough. Like, I missed the boat. And from everything I've been hearing lately, trying to catch up from the very beginning to where it is right now sounds like pain, like literal pain. And honestly, I'm not trying to put myself through that. I really don't want to. I've always looked at Honkai Star Rail as one of those games that I get into later, so I kind of just shelved it. But now, it's way too far gone. Too big, too many updates, too much lore. And I just can't be bothered to dive into all of that now. Now, if you want me to go through it, like really want to, maybe we could do it together. Maybe I could stream it and you could watch my suffering in real time. But only if that's something you guys are down for. As for the whole catchphrase situation going on in the community, I'm going to be honest. I don't care about anything that does not involve story with Hoyoverse. I don't care about meta, I don't care about hype characters. I've got zero interest in pulling for anyone in a Hoyoverse game. Whether it's Genshin, Zenless, or Honkai, I really don't care. If I get a character, cool. If I don't, also cool. So yeah, unless you all really push for it, I don't see myself jumping into Honkai Star Rail anytime soon. It's not a personal hate thing, I just don't want to be overwhelmed by a game I already missed the starting line on. Alright, that's all the games that are out right now, so let's move on to games that aren't out yet. Starting with Arknights Endfield. Now, this game's got me on a bit of a slippery slope. I've heard about Arknights, and honestly, I've always wanted to try the original Arknights. So when I found out Arknights Endfield was coming, I got hyped, like I really wanted to jump in. But then I saw the gameplay, and honestly, it kind of threw me off. See, I have this sixth sense, like a gut feeling about whether I'll vibe with a gacha game or not. Like from day one, I knew Zenless Zone Zero wasn't just going to be my thing. And with Arknights Endfield, that feeling's been buzzing loud. The building system looks confusing, the fights look disorienting, but the story is one thing I'm really hyped about Arknights Endfield. Like that's the one thing that's got me really excited. But still, I'm planning to give it a proper shot when it drops next month or so. But here's the thing, if I don't enjoy it, I probably won't cover it. Like, I only want to talk about games I'm really into. So if Arknights Endfield doesn't click with me, I'll just pass it on, no hard feelings. But from what I'm seeing, a lot of people are really hyped about this one, so I'm hoping I'll like it too. So the next game is Neverness to Everness, and honestly, this game has me feeling a little weird too. Ever since I saw it, there's been one thought stuck in my head. If other games I mentioned so far, Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero, felt like PlayStation or PC games that you can play on your phone, NCE always felt like a phone game you can play on PC, if that makes sense. They did a lot of things really well. The story looks amazing, the characters look okay, and the environment is awesome. But it always felt like it was missing something that would make me fall for it completely. Then I saw a video the NCE team put out showing improved graphics, and I realized that this is exactly what the game was missing, better graphics. So right now, I'm willing to give NCE a shot. My view of the game has shifted a bit. I really want it to succeed because the story seems like something I could really get into, and the characters look interesting. But for me, it's mostly about the story. I don't want to put too much focus into anything else with this game. So as long as the story is good enough to keep me interested, even if it's just a 7 out of 10, I'll play it and cover it. And honestly, I've been looking for a reason to like this game, and what they've shown me so far gives me enough reason to at least try it and see if it lives up to the hype. If it's good, I'll definitely cover it on this channel. Alright, so we are down to the final 2 games, and I saved these 2 games for last for a reason. They gave me that same hype feeling I had when I saw Wuthering Waves for the first time. And I'm not going to lie, I am hyped. I am so ready for these games. The first one is Ananta. We first saw Ananta about 2 years ago with that insane trailer, and from the moment I saw it, I just knew this game was going to shake up the gacha space, and I've been waiting patiently ever since. Now, the Ananta devs are taking their time to show us more and polish the game, and honestly, I am all for that. I don't want them rushing it or making any mistakes. They should take all the time they need to make this game truly great because the potential there is huge. This is one of those games I am ready to throw my full support behind. As long as the devs don't go crazy like some other devs, I'll play it and cover it because this game has been hyping me up for so long and I really hope it doesn't flop. And then the final game. Yeah, you already know which one I'm talking about. I'd be crazy not to mention it. I am definitely going to cover this game, support it, and I really hope it does well. Everything I said for Ananta, that's exactly what I'm saying for this one too. That game is Silver Palace. I mean, honestly, I still can't believe this is a gacha game. It is so different from anything else I have ever seen. And it's crazy to think that this will run on mobile phones because it feels next level. If Genshin Impact shook up the gacha world, I truly believe Silver Palace could be the one that shake it up again. It's the kind of game that other developers will be studying, learning from, and taking inspiration from. And for what we've seen so far, it is just phenomenal. It shows how much potential there is in the gacha community and how ready they are to unlock it. And I'm all for that. I really want the devs to take all the time they need to make this game everything it can be. See, the next couple of years are going to be super interesting in the gacha scene. There's already so much competition and it's only going to get tougher. Honestly, if your game isn't good enough, it's going to get left behind. We've already seen some games just end out of nowhere, and there aren't even that many games right now to compete with, but soon, some huge monster games are dropping, and competition will be fierce. Your game will have to keep up. I truly believe the quality of these upcoming games is exactly what the gacha space needs. We don't need cash grabs or games that scam their players. We don't need games where players complain and devs just ignore it. We need devs who listen, who understand, and who care, or at least get forced to care. And I think the next few years will push devs to step up, whether they want to or not. And like I said from the start, I know there are tons of smaller gacha games out there, whether they're out now or coming soon, that I didn't mention. So if you think there's a game I'd love and want to cover, drop it in the comment section below. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.